Hello everyone, this is Dr. Gavrek and we are now solving chapter 8 problems. So I am going to have a couple of videos recorded, exactly 4 videos. In this video we're going to work on question number 3 and multiple choice questions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. In the next video we're going to go over 12, 13, 14 and so forth. Let's get started. So I want to talk about the question number 3. It's fill in the blanks type of question. It basically gives you an incomplete table and tells you, hey, fill in the blanks. Okay, so this is units of labor, number of workers employed 1 through 8. Total product is the quantity produced. Average product is defined as quantity divided by number of workers employed, and marginal product is the change in quantity divided by change in labor. Okay, when I say change in quantity, that means final quantity minus initial divided by final labor quantity divided by the initial labor. Okay, marginal product. In English, average product is on an average how many are my labor producing per unit per worker. Marginal product is how many is the last unit of labor is producing. So after having reviewed through these concepts, let's continue. So average product here is 500. So average product is 500, right? For the first line, it's asking us to calculate marginal product and total product. So it's easy to do this. Average product formula is quantity divided by labor. So this is supposed to be 500 units. Okay, labor here is 1 unit, right? Therefore quantity, so total product is 500 here. And not only that, we had 0 workers producing 0 total output. First worker produced 500 units. That's also the marginal product, additional output we get by employing the first person. So next, marginal product was for the first person was 500 units. Second individual, the second row says that, contributed, in addition to this 500, second individual actually contributed another 700 units. So 500 plus 700, this is the first person, this is the second worker. Total, they produce 2 people, is going to be 1200 units. So total product here is 1200 units. So what's the average product then for 2 people? Average product again is quantity divided by labor. So total product quantity is 1200 units divided by 2 people. So here you have 600. Okay, so here basically it's I feel like this is like a crossword puzzle or Sudoku, which I am horrible at, but it is really step-by-step process, and if you know the formulas, so then let's continue. Okay, next we are given that total product goes up from 1200 to 2000. So it's really easy to find the average product here. Why? Average product is quantity divided by labor. Quantity is 2000 units divided by 3 workers. So I'm going to use a calculator here. I'm going to pull up the calculator. So it's going to be 2000 divided by 3 workers, 666.6. So here you have 666.7, workers. What's the marginal product? Let's calculate the marginal product. Formula is to the right hand side. So let's continue here. So what's Q2, Q1, L1, L2? So we're trying to find the marginal product of the third person. So let's label everything. So this is my current quantity, Q2. This is my initial quantity, labor, final labor associated with the Q2 levels, initial labor levels. So Q2 minus Q1, 2000 minus 1200 divided by labor 3 over 3 minus 2 which is 1. 800 is the marginal product here. So in English, the third worker contributes 800 units. Next, so how do we fill this table out, right? We keep just doing this. Average product of 4 workers is, right, quantity divided by labor is 625. Labor here is 4 units. 4 times 625 is your quantity, 1250. This is 2000. This is going to be 2500 here. Cool. I just did this calculation. So then I'm going to find marginal product. Okay. So again, 2000 to 2500. From 3 to 4, 1 unit. 2500 minus 2000, that's going to be 500 here. Next step, marginal product is 300. That means the 5th person contributed 300 on top of what? On top of this. So 2500 plus 300, 2800. 2800 divided by 5, right? Average product. So we are doing the same thing. Divided by 5, that's going to be 500 right here. So it's kind of fun, okay? So check this one out. The total product went up from 2800 to 2970. Labor change 1 unit. So this is 170 is the marginal product of the 6th worker. So in English, the 1st worker produced 500 units. 2nd worker added 700. 3rd worker added 800. 4th worker added 500. 5th worker added 300 and 6th worker added 170. Does this mean the 6th worker is lazy? No, they are identical people, clones of each other. However, in the short run, it's getting too crowded and capital is fixed. You're adding more and more workers. It's just getting really hard to keep increasing production at the previous rates. So imagine having a restaurant, and at the restaurant, Olive Garden, okay? Imagine that there are 500 servers working at a shift. Can you imagine? Do you think they would be able to serve everyone? They would start having accidents. There's too many people. Okay, going back. Average product is 2970 divided by 6. Okay, here. So 2970 divided by 6. 495 here. Okay. Next. Okay, it says we made a mistake here. Yes, I mistakenly put. I'm going to correct this. This is a mistake, folks. I hope you caught it. So this is a mistake. I was supposed to do 2800 divided by 5. So 2800 divided by 5, 560. So this is a mistake. 560. This was wrong. And as you can see, what I did is I didn't use the formula. So I basically divided this one by 5. That's bad. Like, you should always focus on the row that you're working on. Okay? So even your professor can make a small mistake. Don't do that. Alright, but other than that, everything else looks correct. This is correct. This is correct. Okay, next. Next, I have 450 for 7 people, right? Average product. So I'm going to multiply 415 times 7. Oops, look, I did 6. 7. Oh gosh. Okay, so we're doing this. I'm just double checking everything so we won't get the wrong answer. And this was a great example. 2905 is the total product. Oh, this is interesting. So if you look at marginal product, Q2 minus Q1 divided by L2 minus L1. Change in labor here. Let's change different color. Change in labor here is from 6 to 7. Okay, so 1. And then what's the change in quantity? 2905 minus 2970. Interesting. So that is negative 65. So marginal product can actually be negative. That's a possibility. So what's next? The next person further diminishes output by 81 units. So what we're going to do is that 2905 minus 85, right? That's what the last person adds, negative 81. 2824 24 units. I put 1 divided by 8 to find average product. Boom, 353. So 353. Let's take a look at, so I'm calculating everything. Let's take a look at something. Let's take a look at where the diminishing return sets in. So we're looking here. Okay, so 500 marginal product increases. So with the hiring of the 4th worker, as you can see, marginal product starts diminishing. Okay, so this is question 3, and I promised to solve multiple choice 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so this is very similar to what we did. I'm going to solve it also. I don't care. What's the marginal product of the 5th unit of labor? So average product, total product 20. Marginal product of the second person is 30. That means first person produced 1. Second person added 30. So it's 50 divided by 225. Average product. So I'm just doing the same thing. Marginal product, total product of the third person is with the third person 66. So the increase is 16 units. That's the marginal product of the third person. And 66 divided by number of workers. 22 is the average product of the 3 workers. So the 4th worker adds 10. 10 plus 66, 76. 76 divided by 4. What is that? 19, I believe. Yes, I'm just going to do it. 76 divided 4, 19, correct. That is average product. All right, it's asking for the marginal product of the 5th worker. Cool. So 5 workers on an average produce 16 units. Therefore, 16 times 5. That's the total product, 80. So 76 to 80 increases 4 units. So the marginal product of the 5th unit of labor is going to be 4 units. Once you learn how to do it, how to calculate these, it comes really natural. Let's move on to question 2. Diminishing returns begin with, oh, this is really easy. I'm going to look at marginal product. And whenever marginal product starts going down, that's when diminishing return sets in. So 20, 30, it's going up again. Oh, with the 3rd worker, okay, 3rd unit of labor, diminishing return sets in. In English, 1st worker produces 20. 2nd worker produces 30 more units. That's great. 2nd worker produces more than the 1st worker. And the 3rd worker produces 16 more units. So that's less than the previous diminishing return set in. Question number 3. Marginal product is negative when? Okay, so we're going to keep calculating, we're going to finish this table. Let's just delete some stuff, not everything. Okay, let's continue. 80 to 78. Okay, so marginal product is Q2 minus Q1, L2 minus L1. So let's label this. This is Q2, Q1, initial final for the 6 workers employed. Q2 is 78 minus 80 divided by 6 minus 5. This is negative 2 units. So actually with the 6th worker, marginal product, it becomes negative. Okay, but let's calculate the whole table. So let's find the average product here. This is total product, 78 divided by 6. This is going to be 13. Use your calculators. 13. 10 on an average produced by 7 people. 7 times 10, 70. So this actually gives you a decline in total product by 8 units, -8. Okay, diminishing returns begins with the, third labor. Marginal product is negative once you hire 6 people, and it continues with the 7. So marginal product is negative right here, right? 6 labor and 7 labor negative. So 6 and 7. So D is the correct answer. Question number 4. This is a different kind of table question. In this table, you're given units of capital and labor, different combinations. How do we read this table? It's okay. So if you hire 1 worker and 1 capital, you're going to produce 80 units, for instance. If you hire 2 units of capital and 5 units of labor, you're going to produce 490. If you hire 3 this is how you just work it. 3 workers and 3 units of capital, you're going to produce 390. So this is a production function. All right, example. Let's delete these. Okay, so what's the question? Given the table below, if capital is fixed at 1 unit. Okay, cool. So it's telling us we are on this column. Okay, capital is fixed at 1 unit. Total amount of output produced from various combinations of labor and capital. Okay, what's the question? Diminishing returns begin. Diminishing returns. So basically, I'm going to copy this table. Labor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we are focusing on the quantity when capital is 1 unit. So I'm going to copy this table. 80, 180. Third unit 270, 340, 390, 410. Okay, so then we're doing marginal product of labor. That means what's the change in quantity divided by change in labor? Labor is always changing 1 unit. So denominator, right, Q2 minus Q1 divided by L2 minus L1. Denominator is always changing by 1 unit. 2 minus 1, 1 minus 2. So we're just going to focus on changing quantity. So first worker produces 80. Marginal product of first worker is 80. What about second worker? 80 to 180, 100 units. 180 to 270, 90 units. 270 to 340, this is going to be 70 units. 340 to 390, 50 units. 390 to 410, 20 units. Okay, cool. So diminishing returns begins when marginal product starts going down. So from first to second labor, marginal product is actually going up, right? 80, 100. With the third worker's hiring, right? The third worker actually produces 90 additional. Therefore, it's less than 100. With the third labor, diminishing returns begin. Question number 5. If labor is fixed at 5 units, how much does second unit of capital add to the total output? Again, we're going to fix. Labor is fixed at second unit. Let's highlight this, okay? So it's asking you, this is quantity, right? It's asking you, how much does the second unit of capital add to the total output? Okay, that's cool. So first capital with the 2 units of labor produce 180. Second, 2 of them produce 220. So 1 to 2, we're going to look at this difference. 180 to 220. 220 minus 180, it's going to be 40 units. Oh, I did it for when labor is fixed at 2 units. Alright, the question is actually asking us, if the question was asking 2 units, yeah. But question is asking us 5 units. Okay, so let's focus on that one. 5 units. It's easy. 1 to 2. 390 to 490. 490 minus 390. I just made up another question and answered it. 100 units, folks. I just sold an alternative by mistake. Alright. If average product is increasing, then marginal product. This is really cool. I always draw these graphs. Please do draw these graphs. Labor, number of workers, quantities here. This is what average product and marginal product curves look like. Average product upside down, U-shaped, marginal product also upside down, but it's a little bit more pronounced. All right. So, okay, I'm dividing it in two regions. Hold on. I ended up deleting. That's fine. All right. Hopefully, I will draw this before the semester ends. Just joking. All right. So look, marginal product here in this region, marginal product is greater than average product. In this region, marginal product is less than average product, okay? If average product is increasing, then marginal product. Let's see where average product is increasing. Average product is increasing right here. So when average product is increasing, marginal product is greater than average product. So marginal product must be greater than average product. Okay, so that's the correct answer. Let's see why the other answers are not correct. Must be less than average product. No, this is greater than right here, marginal product. So this is wrong. Must be increasing. Actually, marginal product is increasing half of the time. Then some other time it's decreasing. Incorrect. Cannot be decreasing. Incorrect. Here it's decreasing. In this region, it's decreasing right here. All right. So correct answer is A. And this is the end of solving the first part of chapter 8 problems, right? We solved question 3, multiple choice questions 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. In next video, we're focusing on questions 12, 13, and 14.